Hello, hello, and welcome to the weekly energy update for the week of April 27th, 2025. I'm Renee Spears, a spirit guide channeler and spiritual mentor, and I'm coming to you from beautiful Bozeman, Montana. Every Sunday, I share the energy for the week ahead, and I also infuse the show with some positive vibes, so you get a little positive energy boost just for listening. So happy new moon in Taurus. Today, Sunday the 27th at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, 1:30 Pacific, is the new moon. And this new moon officially closes the eclipse portal that we've been in for the past 2 months. And now we're stepping into brand new territory. The planets have never been where they are now in our lifetime, and the energy is different than anything we've ever experienced before. So thank goodness as we move into this new unfamiliar territory that we get a little help from the lovely, grounding, stable energy of Taurus. Every month, new moons give us an opportunity to start over, to start fresh, and a new moon in Taurus is one of the most fertile and stabilizing of the year. Taurus energy is all about growth, security, and creating something lasting. Taurus is a sign of steadiness, but also longevity. So we're building a strong, stable foundation for what's next. This new era is completely different than anything we've experienced before, and it can feel a little shaky. This new moon helps us get grounded and stable, so no matter what comes next, we're ready. And the shift happening right now is all about how we think and feel about ourselves. We're shifting from valuing ourselves not for what we do, but for who we are. It's not about money or achievements anymore. It's about the kind of person you are. So we've spent the last few months while Mercury, Venus, and Mars were retrograde thinking about our values and our priorities and figuring out what really matters to us. And now it's time to move forward in a way that aligns with these values. In the past, maybe our value came from how much money we made or our job title. Now our value comes from the person we are, what we stand for, and if we're authentically living our lives. All the planets are direct now for the first time since November, so this is full steam ahead into this new way of being. In the new moon chart, Venus in Pisces rules the sun and moon in Taurus, which means that both Venus and the moon are in their signs of exaltation, meaning they're very happy. Venus is also in a good mood because she's past Saturn and the North Node and has moved into easier times. So with Venus and the moon very positive and happy, we can use this energy to get organized, to set intentions, and focus on what we want moving forward rather than what we don't. Venus is still recovering from her retrograde earlier in the month, but now that she's moving direct again, she's getting us to focus on our money under this new moon. Venus is the planet of love and relationships, but also money. So financial stuff may be on our minds. And there is some volatility in the world financial markets right now. The whole world has been feeling unstable. But Taurus is a very grounded, steady energy and is helping us get our finances in order. Remember, we're building solid foundations for what's coming next, especially with our finances and our resources. So this is the time to take a hard look at your spending and to sit down and actually make a budget and follow it. I'm not talking about slipping into scarcity mode. I'm talking about being smart with your money. Pay for subscriptions yearly instead of monthly to save a few bucks. Stock up on things on sale and cut out those things that you really don't value. And this goes right along with our changing ideas about what's important to us. We're conditioned to attach our self-worth to the possessions we have and the amount of money we make. So it takes some conscious effort to step out of that programming. But that's what's up right now. This is our moment to redefine what true wealth really means. True wealth isn't just numbers in a bank account. It's the peace you feel, the freedom you have, and the joy you experience. We're building lives that feel rich from the inside out. This is bigger than money. It's about creating abundance that's real, that's lasting, and that aligns with our true values. The other big thing happening this week is a T-square with Mars, Pluto, and the moon. So on the day before the new moon, Mars in Leo and Pluto in Aquarius oppose each other and form a T-square with the moon. A T-square is when the planets form a letter T in the chart, so think T for tension. This T-square is the tension between holding on to what's familiar and moving forward into this new territory. After the sluggish energy of the past few months, we'll feel this internal push to take action, and this gives us some momentum to move forward. This is the third of 3 times that Mars opposes Pluto. The astrologer Teresa Tran talked all about this in the Spring Astrology podcast. The first time was in November when we had the presidential election. The second time was in January when there was the inauguration. And now this is the third meeting. So it's pretty rare to have 3 Mars-Pluto oppositions like this. We've been going through a long stretch of deep change and power shifts. The first opposition back in November kicked things off. The second one in January made us reflect and rethink because Mars was retrograde. And now this final one is helping us wrap it all up and move forward. Mars is the warrior planet and represents what we stand up for. And it's opposite Pluto, the power planet. So the energy in Mars and Pluto looks like protests, anger, and sometimes even violence. Pluto also represents our world leaders. And its clash with Mars can lead to unrest and with governments and people in power. So we've talked so much about this year being a time of change. And now we're moving into chapter 2 of that journey. And all this is happening as we move into May, which is a 5 universal month in numerology. A 5 month is all about, no surprise, change and transformation. Imagine that. It's about breaking routines, trying new things, unexpected opportunities, we'll take that one, new beginnings, and moving forward. And all this new energy can feel a little wobbly. We might be feeling uneasy, uncertain, or just plain uncomfortable. But this new moon in Taurus is a turning point. It's helping us move forward slowly and steadily, laying foundations for everything that's coming next. So to recap, this new moon is the opening to the next episode of our crazy life transformation. The Taurus-Venus energy helps us get our shit together, especially with our finances, so we feel stable moving forward. The intense Mars and Pluto energy we've been in since November is ending, and this is the final time we'll be feeling it. And then now here we go, brand spanking new chapter. Now this is a lot of change. As we're building foundations, we want to do it from a place of optimism and abundance, not fear and scarcity. And that's why I am hosting my Stay Fucking Positive classes, which start on Tuesday. I'm an expert at staying positive, if I do say so myself. And I'm sharing all my tools for doing that in this class. So we'll meet every Tuesday for the next month. And this is the perfect way to stay positive and optimistic as we move into this next chapter of change. I'm keeping the price low and accessible, so it's only $75. It's also recorded, so if you can't make the class live, you can watch the recordings. There's a link to register in the show notes or go to my website, Abundology.com. And as always, thank you for listening and sharing the podcast with a friend. Today, I'm cleaning my house. I love to start a new lunar cycle with clean, fresh energy in my home and get out all that old stagnant energy and welcome the new. And I'm also going to watch the movie Conclave. I figured this was probably the perfect time for it. So happy new moon, everyone, and I will talk to you again next week.